Today we're going to see just how good JB Weld water weld is. I'm going to attempt to use it, as you'll see right here. We have a very nice leak on the filter, so I'm going to attempt to use it there and see if it holds. Okay, so I opened it up. After I sanded it, you can see it's pretty large. Put my hand here so you can get an idea on just how big that is. I would say probably at least 6 inches in length there, that crack. Okay, so I've sanded it up. In and out. Right here, it starts here all the way down to here. All that area there was leaking pretty bad. Okay, so I've sanded it with 60 and vacuumed it, and now I'm going to try the JB Weld water weld. Okay, so you can see pretty much it just says cut the required amount of putty that you need. Mix thoroughly, knead the putty with fingers to a uniform color, and then apply pressure firmly to the surface to be repaired. Okay, so of course they're in the small print. Make sure you clean it. I'm sure if you get your own, you'll read these too. But if you pay close attention, there's two different colors there. Okay, you got the white on the outside, and on the inside you got this other material. So again, you would cut a piece off to mix those two together so it'll harden. Okay, we got the putty on. After you mix both of them, it should turn like an off-white. And supposedly it dries also off-white, but it's been about an hour and it still feels a little bit soft. So instead of waiting an hour like it says, I'm gonna wait maybe a couple of hours before I put the unit back together. Okay, so it's been a little over an hour, and now it does seem to be dry and hard. So I'm putting the filter grids back together. In case you don't remember, this unit here goes on first. The main thing is, you can read on there, small grid. All the other ones are the same, but the small one goes right there in that area. And mine, you have to move it a little bit this way in order to fit. It doesn't fit exactly in the middle, the pipe there. Okay, so other than that, again, another thing I would recommend, the bottom, clean it, of course, with the drain plug off. Make sure you don't have any debris, anything in there. Clean it, make sure you run the hose through there so that there's nothing stuck in the threads, and it messes up your plug there. Okay, again, remember this right here, pretty simple, but just in case you've never done this, that right there goes on the round area down there, and it should fit very, very easily. You shouldn't have to push it or force it or anything like that. Everything needs to be level as you're putting them down. Okay, all of them are in against the smaller one here, okay, which says it down there. I don't know if they're all like that, but in mine, I had to move the bottom all the way against the pipe here in order for this to fit and be able to clear the pipe right there. Okay, after you have all the grids on, the next step is this right here. Again, it should fit very easily right in the center. You shouldn't have to force anything. If you do, it's because something is not right. So go back. These here fit nice and easy. Okay. Okay, next is this item right here. What I would say on this, make sure this in here is nice and clean so it doesn't damage that that rubber right there. And the same thing here, make sure these in here are nice and clean. You clean them really good with your hose. Okay, so I got this in. Again, this should go very easily, should go in. You should not have to force it. If you're forcing it, it's because you're doing something wrong. And these things right here can break these corners here. So you need to be very careful when you're putting this in. So again, gently, especially here, make sure this is going straight down, okay? At the same time that you got this centered in, then gently go all the way around. Make sure these are going in their proper place, and as they're going down, that these are not getting stuck. As you can see here, you know, there's plenty of room. It just pretty much holds it in there, okay? But I mean, it's not all the way down. Okay, after that, of course, this is the next thing that goes in. Okay, hand tighten this. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to put this thing in. Okay, that goes in there like that with the little hole. Okay, right there. Okay, and then what you want to do is this wants to fit right there like that. Okay. Okay, the next step, of course, is to put the top down. Same thing. Hopefully you remove this, which is, as you can see, very easy to remove that. You cleaned underneath, you cleaned it itself. Make sure especially rubber pieces, you always want to make sure they're super clean. This unit, I believe, is probably 12 years old, maybe even more. So everything so far has been original other than that crack. And that's, you know, maintenance. It can save you money in the long run. So again, make sure that this gasket is nice and clean. Make sure it's on right. If you look closely, hopefully, you can see it. It should be a little higher. This right here should be a little higher than this here. Okay, that's what's gonna make it seal. Okay, so make sure that's really clean. Then you go over here also, and then same thing. You wanna make sure all around that this is nice and clean. Okay, and the same thing in here, you know, with your hose. Make sure you clean that with your hand, run it through and make sure that's all nice and clean, so when you put this back on, same thing, the unit works properly. I forgot to say, you know, I would recommend filling this up before putting the top on, just me. Especially, I would say, if you're doing the exact same thing I'm doing it, if the reason you came to this video was to fix that, I'm pretty sure the pressure of the water would help versus a suction. Maybe a suction might, you know, help it crack it or suck it out or something like that. Just my thought. But I would put water in here. If you're just turning into the video as far as because of cleaning this, then it's you don't have to. But definitely you want to make sure that this has water in it. You never want to start your pump with this dry. So make sure, if you for some reason you don't have water in there, you always have water there before starting the pump. And then of course all the valves are open. Okay, putting the top on is very easy. Just be careful not to hit the filters or anything. You're going straight down. Make sure you didn't move your rubber seal. Again, that fits in there easy. Nothing should be forced. Something is wrong if you're having to force anything. Okay. Next is the ring. Okay. Also with the ring, very easy. Took me less than 1 minute to go over there, grab it, and put it on. The only thing in my case, because this is so close, that I had to go. This right here had to go over to approximately right here, then slide it in. But again, that should go without forcing it. It should go in nice and easy. This is very important because of the pressure that it builds up. you know, go ahead and make sure it fits properly and you got the top and the bottom on there. And then the next thing is the bolt. Okay, the bolt, if you took it out, which you didn't have to, but if you took it out, as you can see, it's very easy to put in. Okay, just goes like this. Okay, then if you have to open this up, open it up, and they tighten it, and it tells you right here, okay, gap should not exceed 1/16 of an inch. So the gap right here, okay, when you, after you finish tightening this, should not exceed 1/16 of an inch. Okay, seems everything's back together, gauge is back on, tighten the bolt, double checking everything, got water in the pump, all the valves are open, and here we go. Of course, no problem here. Okay, main concern is right here, and I'm very disappointed. Okay, so very disappointed on the JB Weld water well.